this testing thing has become something that is, oddly enough, when it kind of died down, it's like the government updated the firmware for all the NPCs to start reacting, and now you have people that are falling over themselves to try to get tested, which again is fucking weird. But there's a couple of stories that I want to share. But in this first segment, what I want to do is talk about just that, this testing shortage. And as being noted right here by Leon Wolf over at Blaze, as titled here, COVID panic, testing shortage in D.C. causes emergency rooms to beg people to not to come to hospital for a COVID test. I have some things that I'm going to talk about. It seems like people are making the same mistakes yet a fucking again. Two things are undoubtedly true in Washington, D.C. Many people are scared of the Omicron wave. And two, there are not nearly enough COVID tests to meet the demand. This combination has created a problem that may end up having deadly consequences. Emergency rooms packed with patients who are solely there to get a COVID test. Dude, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, seriously, if you're one of those fucking weirdos who, and I have no idea what the hell just happened here, but if you're one of those weirdos who are just going to the hospital constantly for a test, like just to be tested, like you're not sick, you're not dying, but just to go get tested. What are you fucking doing, man? What are you doing? According to the Washington Post, D.C. area hospitals are begging the public to stop. Do not come to the hospital looking to get tested, they say. Spokesman for the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center told the Post. The spokesperson said that the hospital currently has wait times as long as 8 hours due to people who frankly don't need to be there. Oh my God. It's the same thing that happened earlier on in the pandemic. It was the same mistake that Italy made. And you know, this could be easily resolved, right? And I'm not even talking about by just, I don't know, turning these people away. No. I am saying the handlers, if they wanted to really solve this problem, they would stop selling this doom and gloom bullshit to the people, right? When the Omicron shit first got noted and you had those doctors out of South Africa who were saying, I don't know what y'all tripping about. These cases are mild. If they led with that, you wouldn't have so many people freaking out. But that's not what happened. This is why I believe that they want this type of shit. They want panic. They want doom. They want to be able to boost numbers, talk about hospitalization numbers, which are, as we're starting to find out, or rather y'all starting to find out, we've long been documenting it on this show that some hospitalization numbers are very wonky, if you will, where you got people who are going there that simply do not need to be there, be out of fear. And that fear is what's being sold to them by you guys, by the state, by the public health officials. That's what you guys are selling them. If you told them to calm the fuck down, and when you updated your firmware, you told them that, they do that. But that's not what's happening. It's doom, gloom. Oh my God, here comes the Omni-Man variant. And you freak people out. Hospitals in North Virginia are also feeling the same sort of strain, leading Virginia Department of Health and the Virginia Hospital and Healthcare Association to issue a joint statement on Thursday urging individuals with mild coronavirus cases to avoid trips to the hospital emergency departments. And that shouldn't be anything that was the approach, and it should have been the approach forever. It's simple. If you're not sick, or rather, goddamn, man, you got sniffles, you coughing a little bit, stop going to the hospital. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And this is what, again, mentioned this before many times, not saying anything new. The thing that people just forgot about going into 2020 was the fact that people used to get sick prior to the Modelo virus. People used to get sick. People used to eat chicken. Lady Ripperfield down a little bit right now. She's eating fucking chicken noodle soup. You know, that's what people used to do. Some crackers and shit. 7-Up if you're old school. And it was just, okay, I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'll lay it down a little bit, get some rest. Or depending on like those of us that were athletes, shit, I would do the opposite. I'm like, all right, I'm starting to feel like I'm coming down with something. I'm about to go get a run in. Now it's, okay, you're sick. No, not even that. No, you have been exposed to someone that was exposed to someone that tested positive. Not that you're sick. You can't have, you got people in here that ain't got now symptom, or their symptom is mild. And they're going to the hospital. Why? Because they're fucking retarded. And this is why I think NPCs was the perfect term to describe these types of individuals, because they are programmed. It doesn't make any sort of sense. People got sick prior. Now, I'm not saying avoid the hospital altogether. I'm saying if you can do that. Now, if you are, you know, your own health, and if you are experiencing something that is vital and needs to be addressed, that's one thing. But that's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people trying to go get tested, having been exposed to someone that tested positive, having no symptoms, or having symptoms that are, again, you may be coughing a little bit. You may have a sore throat. You may have a little bit of a headache. You may be a little fatigued. Shut the fuck up, take some Robitussin or whatever, and just relax a little bit, man. And again, this is something that could have been resolved. But it's funny to see, despite these errors that we saw happening earlier on, particularly in other countries, Italy, probably the worst, right? One of the earlier European countries to get hit with this. And they were admitting people in the hospital regardless of how sick they actually were. You know, and that caused them to have some issues, didn't have beds available. Maybe because you got young people that are taking them up. That shouldn't even be there. You'll be okay. Generally, definitely you people that are healthy. What the fuck are you doing? You don't have these comorbidities. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Aside exhausting resources, what are you doing and wasting everybody's goddamn time? But their handlers are too chicken shit to tell them that. And that is why this is a problem. So I don't think the Faucis of the world, I don't think the Rochelle Walensky's of the world should be ignored in their involvement in this. They have been selling doom and fucking gloom to people, right? And this is what you get. A bunch of reactionary people who are acting irrationally, if you will. And that could be avoided. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.